Hey there, good evening, good afternoon, whatever's going on with your life. So I mentioned in my last video, the last war, this I was able to obtain first. Actually, that's not true. I got the PDF of the last war, got intrigued by it, got sort of burnt out on the 40K thing, and then I picked this guy up, Space Penguin Inc. Got it around the time of their Black Friday sale. Quite happy that I did. Prop shipping arrived quickly. So, what's the purpose of this? This is my little warband. I'm working on it. I want to, not sure if I'll leave them like this. And I rolled their feats and advantages and then equipped them accordingly. And so I'm going to also go over the different parts where the parts came from. I might be joined by a little one. I'm doing this after breakfast, pre-lunch, so see, that's where it came from. So I'll go over the kits I use for these and the different sprues, and happy with all of them. And excited about painting these guys, but I might just do a simple color rim and leave them like this and varnish them. I'm not sure yet. And so in the creation of your warband in Forbidden Psalm, you're given the opportunity to roll names. There's two in the book lists of names. So I tried to equip them and as befitting their name. So this is the hulking lemon. So they thought that was sort of lemonish looking guy, and he's sort of hulking looking guy. I have Karibe the Weasel. I like him. This is the round Karthak. Now his big hole that's over him and around him is for a light that I'm going to, or a lantern that I'm going to hang from there. I've just got to find the right tool, the right lantern. Innocent Zephy. Yeah, she's, well, I'll go over it when I'm describing the kits I used. And Rust the Unbuttered. And I rolled that name. I said, what? And I thought, you know what? Just go with it. I'm very happy that I did. So, the kits I primarily used are Frostgrave Soldiers by Osprey Games. Frostgrave Soldiers, again by Osprey Games or North Star Miniatures. The other one is North Star Miniatures too. You probably figured that out. It doesn't need to tell you. But, and I've seen reviews of this, and I have been thinking about it for just a second. So I'm not exactly sure where I was, but the Frostgrave Wizards, and I wish I had bought the by North Star and Osprey Games, the Frostgrave Wizards 2. Maybe next time. It is a really, and it's in other videos, you don't need to see this one, but I'm going to show it and discuss it real quick. It has a lot of different things, a lot of different heads, a lot of heads I don't like, a lot of things I don't like, but then all of a sudden you're doing something like this, and it turns out you need those little pouches, and you need the little things, and you're like, okay, that's cool. And you have this guy who has his scrolls, and his backpack, and his quiver, and his sword, and you can get that all from this kit. That's sort of cool. So, perfect for Frostgrave, you probably figured out with my scrolls and whatnot being on this guy, that this is my wizard, I think is what they call him. I just based these with the Rust-Oleum, and then I did a dry brush of the Monument Hobbies titanium white. I think the term now is slap chop. I wasn't used to that. I just know it as a zenithal. I think maybe a true zenithal might have a gray stage, but it doesn't matter. So I used some additional kits. I had bought the old Dominion starter set from Warhammer. I'm not a real big posters and I'm not a big fan of those guys. So instead of me just throwing away the sprues or leaving them to rot, I thought, let's cannibalize some of the bits. So on her, I used one of their heads. Yes, it's a tad bigger, but I've met some people that sort of look like that. A little bit bigger head, it's not off-putting. Yeah, it's from the front, it's not. From the side, it's not. Yeah, it's cool. This sword on her, dagger on those knight guys. Stormhost. We've been fighting sinus problems here in the house. Was able to cut it, modify the little straps so it fits nicely. You can barely see in there. I think this down here is problematic. I don't know how to fix that without it being. So I'm not sure where I was at, but I know I was talking about kit bashing to some degree. I had seen a video where PG Tip took one of those guys from the Stormcast Eternal. Yeah, that's the term, I think. And he modified it with a heavy bolter from a Orlok Necromunda sprue. I thought, what the heck? I'm not going to use those guys. I've already assembled the orcs. I really like them. I'm probably one of the 5 people that like the swamp orcs. Maybe 6 people. This is a axe from the original Warcry, I forget what their team is called, set, that one that came with all the wonderful scenery. They had the iron golems and the something, so I got to do something on the base to make it a little bit more. The heavy, so these 2 guys, the heavy barrel chest type thing. Now he's a hulking figure, he's the round figure. I used the upper torso of a Chaos Marauder. I liked them. I was getting a little bit into 5 Leagues from the Borderlands, and I thought, I can use those as some bad guys. Well, they came out with the Dark Oath whatever, and then they had a big box set, which I wish I had gotten, but that's life. I can still find out maybe, I know. This guy, I decided to, because he's the round, I did some milliput or green stuff type stuff, and I made the clothing. I tried to do some folds on it. You can still see his chaotic chain, but I thought I did a nice little job on him. And it blends okay. The pole is a floral wire wrapped in milliput, and I whittled it down to the appropriate length, and it looks sort of woody or something. Sword is a soldier's screw, and I'm going to be interrupted again, so let's see what goes on. Okay, just hang on. So I'm almost done with this. Hopefully you can see you can do different things. There's not a lot of those old Chaos Marauder sprues aren't great for a lot of things, but I like their arms, I like their torsos. Some of their weapons could be used in different things, but it sort of has that old GW feel where they're big and bulky and the orcs I liked. I ended up with a lot of sprues. I was going to equip some of these guys with spears, from them. Decided not to. And we are having someone come through, but you can see good possibilities. Don't throw away those old things that are, well, I guess I could have sold it, but I don't know if I'd ever gotten what I thought they were worth. And this way I can utilize it and bits and pieces, and I like their faces. The details on some of the is a little bit nicer. Anyway, there's a load of possibilities. I created this again for this game, Forbidden Psalm. Have a great day. Today's the day after Christmas. Thank you. So this is the finished crew. I did something different with the base. Instead of doing a rim of black, I did it as a Vallejo Parasite Brown, I think is the title. I had seen that in a previous video by another creator, and I just thought it was so cool. Thank you again for everything, and I hope you enjoyed the video and see the different possibilities. Don't throw away those sprues with little nibbins on them. Save the nibbins, try to label them and keep them organized, because when you are putting them together or doing something in the future, you will wonder what did this go to and how can I use it.